For the setup, before going to my argument, number one, let's know how the status quo look like right now. Panels realize that gambling habits still exist in status quo right now. It still exists in online and also in offline. We can see that if in online, so many web or application that exist in status quo right now, and if offline, it can be the gambling with playing of the game with their friends or the neighbors, e.g. playing cards or cockfight, and so on. Panels, we know that if gambling is bad things because it can harm the gambler and people around them, e.g. family, in the end of the day. But the gamblers are not realize that if they do something bad and they just think and hope that if they will be the winner or they will be rich in the end of the day. Okay, if they are realized that if they do bad things, but it can be their last choices to look for the money. I have two problems here. Number one, the gamblers are not realized with their bad activity, and secondly, the gamblers don't have any choices to do that because they don't have the job. Okay, I will go to my goal. So that's why our goal is to decrease the amount of gambler using social service and skill training. I have three mechanisms here. Number one, giving social service to gambling offenders. How does it look like? We will give the socialization by telling how the impact of the gambling and also giving narrative about the bad of gambling so that they will realize with their mistake. And number two, we will also give skill training to them, like holding the workshop to train the skill to cook, to make a bakery, to clean room, to make a handicraft, for example. So in the end of the day, it can be this foundation to look for the job. In their 30, if they still doing gambling after receive social service and skill training, we will reprimand them and giving more and more social service and also skill training until they regret to do gambling. So our stand is clear that we want to propose this motion. I have two arguments here. Number one, principal argument, and secondly, the practical argument. Number one, principal argument. Why give the social service and skill training is justified? Panels realize that failure persons still need the second chance to be better in the end of the day. Same as a gambler, they still need it to be a better person, to have better life in the end of the day. Let's characterize the motive of the gambler. Number one, they don't realize the impact of the gambling and they don't feel if they can be addicted in the end of the day. They just not in their mind if they follow the gambling, they can get the money, and if they get the money if they win. We know that how the system of the gambling panels, if the loser will be harmed because they don't get a little of the reward. And panels realize that the people have a greedy behavior. So if in the first round the gambler are lost, they still doing a gambling until they can be the winner. And the same too, if in the first round they can win it easily, they still want to win the gambling. So they can addicted to gambling to get the money as much as they want. Panels, the addicted can happen because of the less of their social service, right? They don't know the information if gambling can bring back impact to themselves. They still not aware if they can bring their family into a poor life, for example. So social service is justified because it can be platform to give socialization to the gambler for at least aware them to not to do it again. Gambling can bring into poor life. Let's compare with the opposition side. They will to imprisonment them. I think this is not exclusive panels because they prioritize the sentence, they prioritize the punishment, but they don't evaluate how to aware the gambler. They don't feel the motive of the gambler as good as in our side because they only know that if they are gambling, so they must do the punishment. So social service still better in the end of the day. And third characterization, the second motive of gambler is because gambling is their last choices to platform to source of money to fulfill their family needs, for example. Panels realize that gamblers don't always have bad intention. They may be forced by their family economic circumstances. Furthermore, they may be choose gambling over finding work because they lack the necessary skill. It can be happen because they drop out of school because they don't have enough money, for example. So in the end of the day, they don't have knowledge and also skills to search the job. Therefore, it's just justified if the gamblers receive skills training. The comparison is in the side of their house, they give sentence without knowing that actually if the gamblers are forced to do it. Okay, if they are also have the skill training, they length of their punishment. This is not enough because in the end of the day, they have a title that they are have either to then imprisonment, of course it will change the POV of society about this person, and in the end of the day the gambler is still difficult to search the job. And going to my practical argument, why gives social service and skill training to gambling offenders is bring beneficial panels, like I have already explained to you before. The social service and skill training are to be platform to prevent and handle the gambler not to do it again in the end of the day, which means it brings beneficial for the gamblers because they will be aware about gambling, they will have skill to search job in the future, so they will have better life in the future than they must do to the punishment. At the end their family will not live in poorly life too in the end of the day because the gambler have already followed both of them. Very proud to propose.